Hey ManCave, this is Bob from DaBob's N-Scale ManCave, and today we're doing a ManCave layout update. Kind of giving you a little bit of an update on what's going on in the ManCave, what kind of changes I've been making lately, and what are my future plans. So, let's get to it right now. Yeah, so we come into the ManCave here, and you got, of course, the Turntable Roundhouse and Big Helix Mountain. Bigfoot Mountain, as I call it, because it was no small feat to put it up. Let's just put it that way. Some changes that I made was I started cleaning up underneath the turntable and layout area for the Helix. You know, just kind of getting all that junk that was piled up back there out. Also cleaned up some of this storage area too. I'm still not quite done with all that. Not sure what I plan on doing with this old TV stand, but you know, it's done its job for a long time. I did have these cabinets full of trains, and now they don't really have trains in them. They got old pieces and parts and knickknacks and so forth. I do have some trains in here that don't have cases to put them in. Those kind of things, but you know, it is what it is. So cleaned it up, cleaned a lot of stuff off the floor and underneath the table. The top of the table still needs a lot of work, as you can kind of tell. You know, it's a messy mind, sign of a genius. Well, at least that's what they keep telling me anyway. And then I also got this area over here needs cleaning up. But most of underneath the layout area is cleaned up. There's still some things I would like to probably get rid of and clean all that stuff out. But yeah, used to have a bunch of trains right in here, and that's all pretty much gone. Well, where did I put them all? So this is where I put all my trains. Built some shelving. Basically took all the old shelving out because it was falling apart. It really looked very crowded and congested with a bunch of stuff that I really didn't use on a daily basis, and kind of moved those into another room, and I'm planning on getting rid of some of that stuff, throwing stuff out, selling it, whatever. Not entirely sure, but I kind of arranged it into sort of like, well, my own little N-scale store, so to speak. So I've got a lot of my scale trains stuff over here, some down on the bottom as well, a lot of the Kato engines over here, got all those things on that shelf. I got some micro trains sets over here, stuff that's kind of long that I really can't fit on these 6-inch wide shelves. But as you can see, I've got, well, a wide variety of things. You know, 40-foot box cars and specialty cars over here, and some 50-foot box cars. And I've got some other stuff underneath here as well. The long stuff I have to turn sideways. I got some custom box cars over here, and reefers and flat cars and passenger cars, cabooses, some other reefers and covered hoppers and gondolas, you know, all sorts of different things down here, and some box sets and everything else. And a Christmas set down here, all the Christmas cars from Micro Trains. Specialty things, you know, like the April Fool's cars, you know, down here, and got some auto racks over here, you know, all sorts of different pieces and parts down under here, and places for some other storage, you know, camera gear and some boxes for traveling and so forth, and some music. Put all my CDs down there. It works out as well too. Up top I've got a lot of my box shelf sets and other things as well. Some building model boxes, some big boys and cab forward boxes, scale trains, big blow boxes and turbines and stuff, specialty sets, and then some extra storage area for some of my hats that I have, and helicopters. I tried that for a little bit, kept crashing them, so kind of gave up on it. Went to trains. So some of the things that I plan on doing in this room, besides cleaning it up more, is I plan on taking this area of the door that's in here and eventually modeling this all up as like a huge gold mine, and just kind of put different scenes up inside there along the tracks, put some gold mining kind of scenes on each one of these layers, probably down toward the lower side. The upper side probably won't get as much, but because you can't really see it that well. So we'll work on that. That's something I would like to do. Over on the yard, I do plan on potentially changing out all these Atlas switches for Pico switches, which will change the orientation and look of this whole yard that I have. I think it'll actually give me less space between the cars, depending on how I do it. I may have to put some jumpers of track in between the switches to extend them out a little bit, or use longer switches, one of the two, to make it work out correctly. I just kind of want to make that all just a little bit better switching. Things are having issues on some of the tracks. The tracks are getting old, so we'll figure that all out. This track here, I had it sitting up higher. Just kind of make that a sort of like a hump yard. I put the cars on over here, just run them down into the yard, and just that's how I put them on the track. It was an easy place to do it, and it was kind of fun. But I'm changing that. I'm taking away the hump part of it, and I'm going to take this track and extend it around over to here. It's going to hit a switch back there and go straight back for a little bit of time, about maybe 12, 13 inches. And then I can switch it back, and it's going to come into 3 Ys that are going to split into 4 tracks. And these 4 tracks are going to be mounted right up here on this shelf here as a display shelf and a functional place to put all my locomotives and maybe small little trains that I can store here. Kind of extending out the yard a little bit and giving it some actual purpose and use. So that would be kind of fun. My Bachmann DDA 40Xs, the 6940 with sound has got a bunch of clicking noise in one of the trucks. I think I got a broken gear in there, so I may have to try and figure out how to fix that. These Broadway Limited diesel locomotives have different issues. This one here decided to just short out and decide not to work. I have to pull it apart, figure out where it shorted. It was just sitting on the track and it shorted out all by itself. This one over here can't read the decoder, even though it can see the decoder, but it doesn't identify what it is, and it's pretty much useless, So what I probably will end up doing is replacing the Paragon decoders in both of these with something else and get them to work, because right now they do not like me. So there you go, ManCavians. That's just some of the changes that are going on in the ManCave and some of my plans that I have for future modeling aspects and expansion and kind of cleaning up the cave, making it look a little bit more presentable for guests. You never know who's going to show up, you know. So there's also another thing that I'm thinking about doing, and that's building a Fremo module or two. I'm not entirely sure yet if I'm going to do that. It's going to take a little bit of work because I've never built one before, and I'm still learning all the ins and outs and the standards and so forth of how I want to put something together, how it's going to operate. Do I want to have it something that's actually usable at home when I'm not at a Fremo event? So it's one of those, we'll see what happens. You know, it's a new aspect. It's an upgrade in what I do. And I think it'd be kind of fun to be a part of the Fremo community and show up at local shows every once in a while and set up my module and get to run on it. So that'd be fun. So if you enjoyed this video and like to see more content like this one, go ahead and consider subscribing down below and ring that bell as well to get notified of future videos like this one. And, you know, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. Give me suggestions. One of the two, one of the three, whatever. As always, ManCavians, happy model railroading. You stay off those tracks. Bye.